Alright, here we are again in Kim's kitchen. I say again because I filmed this whole thing already today during my lunch break. And then when I listened to it again, I realized I sounded like an old grandma robot. So I decided to retape it and try to sound a little less boring this time. So what I wanted to do today was just give you an idea of the kind of foods that I buy when I'm out shopping. A lot of people say they just don't know what to buy because there's just so many choices and it's really hard to know, what is healthy and what is not, right? What should I be eating? What's good for me? Well, hopefully this video is going to help out. Okay, so starting over here in my freezer, first thing is the Steam Fresh vegetables. They're really, really easy, and all you have to do is throw them in the microwave for like 5 or 6 minutes. I have like an ancient microwave, so sometimes it takes me like 8 minutes, but if you have a decent working microwave, it will probably only take you 5. But you can just put the extras in the fridge, eat it later, whatever. They're like 3 or 4 servings per bag. It's just really easy, it's like basically all the work is done for you. Another thing I always do is keep my meats in there. This is chicken. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can buy like the big packs of skinless chicken breast and just like bag them up individually in little Ziplocs, and then you just have them, one size portion. You'll notice my ground beef is 93% lean. In my opinion, lean ground beef is like skim milk. You start drinking it, you switch over from your whole milk or your 2%, and it just seems like really weird and funky for a little while. But then you get so used to it that when you go back to the old percentage of milk, it's gross. It's like thick and it's like drinking yogurt. Well, same thing with the ground beef. You get used to it and it's really a lot better for you, so just do it, okay? The onions back there, yes, those are onions. I just, when I get an onion, I use some of it, and then I have all this extra onion left over that I know is going to go bad if I don't use it. So you can actually just take a few extra minutes, dice it up, throw it in a Ziploc bag, keep it in your freezer. They'll stay for, however long. And you can use them in like any of your recipes, or I put them in my omelets, my eggs, just whatever. You can just use them as if they're raw. They just thaw out while you're cooking them. Let's see, moving over to the fridge stuff here. Now the grocery stores really are trying to make this easier for us. I mean, they are doing things like having trimmed and washed, all ready to go green beans in a bag for you. You just have to know where to find them. And your best bet is to stay on the outside of the grocery store. If you walk around the perimeter, that's usually where they keep all their produce. So most of the stuff that I'm showing you is all going to be around the outsides of your store. So we've got green beans here, some spinach. That goes well with eggs too. The spinach, not the green beans, obviously. You can do a lot of stuff with spinach. I mean, you can stuff it in chicken, or you can make a salad. It's really versatile. There's sugar snap peas back there. Those are really good for snacking. I mean, I think a serving size is like a cup, and it's only 15 calories. So, if you're looking for something that'll fill you up, and that's just a really good healthy option. We've got some carrots here. Obviously, who doesn't love carrots, right? And let's see, tomatoes. This is squash and zucchini down here. We've got some bell peppers. Bell peppers are actually really versatile in ways you wouldn't really think about. I mean, obviously they're good on salads and in soups and whatever. But something my mom got me onto is cutting them in half and taking the seeds out, and then putting like sandwich stuffings in there. Well, okay, I say stuffing. What I really mean is like tuna, or if you wanted to put your, your ham and turkey and cheese in there too, that would be fine. I don't know, I've never tried that, but I'm sure it would taste good. And so what you're doing by that is just cutting out the carbs that you would have with bread. And it's actually pretty tasty. I mean, if you're one of those people that think that bell peppers are gross because, you're gonna burp later and it's gonna taste like bell peppers, like, just get some gum. And then, let's see, we've got some hummus, and I absolutely love hummus. I mean, I actually use it in my tuna instead of mayonnaise. I just get grossed out by mayonnaise. I don't know, I guess it's a texture thing. So I use hummus instead, and it's really good because then the tuna doesn't taste like tuna, it tastes like hummus. And they actually have a lot of flavors. There's like the spicy red pepper, and I think they have a sun-dried tomato. So if you're not a fan of the regular kind, just, try some other ones, see if you can find something that you actually like. We've got tomatoes back there. Obviously you can use that in pretty much anything. Over here we've got some regular eggs and some egg whites. I keep the regular eggs because I like to make hard-boiled eggs with them and then, you know, take them to work or whatever, eat them in the morning or as a snack. And then I have the egg whites because that's what I use to make my little egg muffin cups that you might have seen. I posted them on my Facebook. And also just for like omelets and, you know, scrambled eggs, things like that. Salsa and eggs, awesome combination. That's why I put them next to each other. You know, you would think, oh, eggs are so boring, but you throw some salsa on those bad boys and you're good to go. And let's see, we've got Greek yogurt. This is actually vanilla Greek yogurt. It was an accident. I didn't mean to buy it, but it's really good. It just has a lot of sugar. It's got 27 grams of sugar in it, so you really have to be careful with that. I usually go for the plain, which I would recommend, and then, you know, you just use your own sweetener. Like, you can use honey or, you know, if you're into agave nectar, you can use that. But just, I mean, I use Truvia, and just like a sweetener, you know, that you like is fine. You can put fruit or berries or walnuts are good. Almonds, you know, just get creative with it. You don't have to just have yogurt. I mean, you can put stuff in it to make it better and make it something that you'll like. The same goes for the cottage cheese. A lot of people don't like cottage cheese, but if you've ever actually had it with fruit or, you know, berries or something in it, it's actually pretty decent. And the same goes for the cottage cheese. If you want to throw some sweetener on top of there too, it does make it taste a little bit better. The only thing I would say about the fat-free kind is that there is a lot of sodium in it, and that is because, you know, your flavor has to come from somewhere. It's either going to come from fat, it's going to come from salt, or it's going to come from sugar. So in this case, they got it from the sodium, and so it's just, you know, things to watch out for. A few items over here. I ran out of space on the other counter, so we're over here now. You can see some tuna. Tuna is like really easy, obviously, and it's super cheap. That whole can, one whole can of tuna is like 100 calories. So, you know, you can kind of go for it there and just go all out and eat the whole damn thing. But there's actually a lot of different ways you can make tuna. It doesn't have to just be your typical tuna salad. I mean, like I said earlier, I use hummus instead of mayonnaise, you know, a little bit of celery, red onion. I'm happy with that. My friend Emily, she uses lemon and pepper on hers. My friend Sally puts hard-boiled eggs in hers. I mean, there's just so many different ways to make it, and you just have to experiment, you know. Don't be afraid to try new things and just find things that you like. You know, healthy food doesn't have to be gross. You can use spices and seasonings and actually make it, you know, taste like something you enjoy. So the other things we've got here are almonds. Almonds are a great snack, something, you know, quick and easy to take to work with you. You know, you can keep them in your purse. They don't go bad. You can keep them in your office desk. It's just, and they're really healthy. Good for you. They've got that good oil in it. But the only thing I would say is that there is a high fat content, so, you know, just be aware of that. Maybe not eat it every day, but they do make a good snack. You'll see here something I want you all to notice. My English muffins, my pasta, my wheat wraps, they're all whole grain, whole wheat, good for you, okay? The white refined pastas are no good, okay? Those break down in your body like sugar does. If you don't burn it, it turns to fat. You really want to try to avoid those at all costs. And the last few items over here, quinoa. I'm actually pretty new to quinoa. I've only ever made like one recipe with it, which was artichokes, sun-dried tomatoes, chicken, and spinach with the quinoa, and it's actually really good. I mean, I like it, but I've heard you can have it as a breakfast cereal too. I haven't tried that yet, but I probably will. And then I've got my Fiber One bars here. If you haven't tried these yet, you definitely should. They're really, really good for that, you know, if you're craving sweet stuff. And they've got 35% of your daily fiber, so, you know, beware of that, but also, you know, it's good for you. I wish they had more protein though. They only have 2 grams of protein, so probably having the Fiber One bars and some almonds at the same time, you know, a little combination there, that would be a good idea. And last but not least, we've got our fruits. These are really great, easy snacks. You know, they don't even require any prep work except maybe a little rinse under the sink, and you're good to go there. My bananas are a little bit brown right now, but actually, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can actually freeze bananas once they get to this state. And then, you know, the skin will get really black and disgusting, but the inside will stay at the same, you know, ripeness that it's at right now. And then you can either, you know, if you like to eat them just like that, you can, or I've actually heard of people using a food processor or, I mean, even a fork to like mash them up, and it turns into like an ice cream consistency, and you can add like peanut butter or, you know, maybe a little cocoa powder or something like that to have, you know, a nice cold little treat that is not bad in calories. Okay, that is everything I have for you. And as you'll notice, a lot of these things are just ingredients. If you want to find out what to do with them, you're going to have to wait until next week. Thanks, bye.